Hi, everyone. Today we have another fantastic guest as part of our Revolutionary Mothering series for this month. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Carrie Cavers, founder of Moms Against Racism Canada. MAR Canada is a federally registered nonprofit organization with a mission to educate moms and those in mothering roles in anti-racism, cultural competence, and decolonization, so they have the tools and support to dismantle racism within themselves, their families, and their communities. And today, I am conducting this interview from my bedroom as my office is being used by my husband, and the kids have taken over the living room with their Lego. But my home is located on the unceded ancestral lands of the Algonquin-speaking peoples in an area now known as Victoria, BC. And I am very humbled to be able to live in this beautiful area, to do this important work here, and to raise my children in a place where on the weekends we can just go and do family walks through the forest. And it's an ultimate goal of MAR to dismantle racism and be part of the change that brings reparation to the Indigenous peoples who have stewarded this land time immemorial. And so with this series in particular, we're looking at those radical acts of caretaking, both within our homes, but also within our communities, and what it means to be a revolutionary motherer. And today on this topic, we are chatting with Val Dupre. So Coach Val is founder of Maxed Coaching. She is a certified resilient coach for single and single parents, a life skills and career coach, and a certified conflict resolution mediator. And of course, a mother to two incredible biracial kids. She has created a 10-week program that helps bring clarity, resiliency, confidence, conscious parenting awareness, and comfort to singles and single parents so they can move into the next 5 pillars of their lives. With simple and effective skills, she will challenge your mind to have heartfelt and uncomfortable conversations, to take action with yourself and with others, which in turn will empower and maximize your life. So hi, Val. Thanks so much for chatting with me today.
Oh, hello, Carrie. Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited. I just love when I was reading about the organization. I just love what you're doing. It's just phenomenal and such a need, right? Such a need. And I hope more and more people are gonna get be able to hear more about it to actually get the tools in the time that we're living. It is so, I think it's necessary. It's like a necessity. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. So part of the tools, this Revolutionary Mothering series, and I must say thank you very much for accepting my invitation to come and to talk with us and give your perspective on revolutionary mothering. And for this series, we're asking all our interview guests the same 3 questions. So if you're ready, I will ask you the first question.
Yes, I am.
So what does revolutionary mothering mean to you?
First, I was so excited to discover the book. What a beautiful discovery it was. And for me, revolutionary mothering, there's 2 powerful words in it. First, revolution has a descendant of Haitians, which are known to be the group of slaves who actually decided to do that great revolution and to free themselves and to actually succeed in 1804. Every time I heard the word revolutions, it brought me some type of a proudness. I'm very proud of it. And it's totally also reminds me that it's okay to disrupt because it's fully about disruptions, right? It is okay. And mothering, I have 2 children myself, so that nurturing aspect, I love it so much. But when I think it's Alexi Pauline Gomes, when she said it was M of others, that completely transformed the word for me at that moment. And I think it was so beautiful. So if I were to say the words after thinking about it from my own perspective, I would say that it's the longing ability to revolve to our true essence as human. It is to dissolve the dehumanizations of those that have been labeled other. And that also included within everybody that is, everybody that have that label of other. But that also started within our home, specifically first. And our home, I call my body also my home. So as myself, my physical home with my children, and also our society community. So all of that aspect, that's when I think about when I talk revolutionary mothering. Yeah. That would be my answer.
And I totally relate to that. When I came to that part in the book too, it really did have that shift in thinking of broadening that scope and that understanding. And I really like how you say, like, dissolving those labels of that have been applied to the other, that being revolutionary too. And I love that. Thank you.
No
So
problem.
then for yourself, how do you practice revolutionary mothering?
Well, there's two main aspects. First, in my job, in my practice as a coach, as a resilient coach for single parents. So when it comes to that perspective, is that, again, single parents as often have that label of being the others, right? And so when it comes to that aspect of it, it's that nurturing and to help them understand that ability that they can actually, that equality that comes with it. Because every time there's a label, it just seems like we have removed the identity of a person. It makes it easy to be rude, whatever. And when that person believes that label, whatever it is, then they have that inability to actually succeed in their life. They have that inability to do the things that they need to accomplish. So it's interesting enough, but I say people, I love conflict and I love confrontation. So like what I do, because every moment that I hear about confrontations, or it gives me for me, it resonates that, hey, we have an opportunity to actually get a resolution. We have an opportunity to actually hear the truth about something. We have the opportunity, and also it's an opportunity to actually to grow. And that's because really confrontations that come together. So, and often as single parents, there's that confrontations against the society, against the other parents, against that wanting to be something or someone because of the social norm. And I'm trying to just to remove that and to have that acceptance. I've read that book from Dr. Shefali about conscious parenting. And conscious parenting is so important, because also as a single parent, that gives us to look at our children more as us as authoritative, me, the parent, they, the children, but as that equal. And that, again, bringing that human factor to them and looking at them at that equal perspective. And I find it also create that ability for communication. I'm very strong into communication. So when it comes to my practice, I use that a lot. And also in Clubhouse, I have a room that I call making the uncomfortable comfortable, which I get the opportunity to do those little mothering with a variety of people. And every week we talk about privilege, just the word privilege. And interesting enough, every week and I use every week also a different quote or a poem of something just to remove give the different shift in the thinking, but forcing that heartfelt conversation about privilege has made tremendous change, and having people communicate with compassion, love, right? Compassion, love, and respect. And it's be okay to accept everyone's truth, because everybody have the truth, and they accept it, and to listen to it. We have a hard time listening. Listen to it, and then after that, move forward. I believe that if we can come to that, a major change will happen in the society. If we can have those heartfelt, uncomfortable conversation and making them comfortable. And I do that with my children. The children knows that they can come to mama and have those, tell me that they disagree, or they think that I've been a little bit too harsh, or they have the voice. And giving people that voice, I think it's one of my personal mission. And also encouraging people to look within themselves and to have those conversations within themselves and to be okay with themselves. That's really what I would say. That's what I've been trying to do within the society, within myself.
Love it. And I totally agree. I find like in one of the workshops that we put on how to raise an anti-racist child, like a big part of that is breaking, for me, is that shift in thinking from the fear of having the conversation to seeing it as a gift or as an opportunity. Because when we're talking about like internalized racist beliefs, you don't necessarily know that they're there until you come up against them and have someone hold up that mirror for you. And yeah, it may feel uncomfortable, but it's a gift, it's an opportunity, because now you can see that it's there and you can address it, right? And same with our kids, they're natural little observers and asking all of these questions. And if we can let go of that old, what I relate to is like really white supremacy parenting, the leftover of that generational trauma,
Yes.
where we need to be that authority for our kids. People who are, just starting their journey, like there's a lot of fear around, well, I don't know what to tell my kids. It's like, we'll find out together. Do this together. So there's nothing to say that you can't have those conversations together and be honest with your kids as to that you're learning this too. And I think that there is, revolutionary mothering in that and taking that approach. So that's fantastic. Thank you for spreading that message within your clients and on Clubhouse. And so the last question that I will ask you before I will let you go, I imagine we could probably talk forever, but
forever.
What advice do you have for those wanting to be allies and dismantlers of racism?
First, to have that desire. Sorry, I always have to have that desire. Sorry, when it comes to the word of racism, often the moment that somebody hear that word, it seems like there's a wall that come across. And then that justification start to come up right away. I have a friend, right? That one friend, right? Or I don't see colors, or all kinds of other things that happen. So for me, I would say first, maybe instead of using the word racism, and that's why I'm talking about privilege, I think that racism is really, it's the basis of racism, it's that underlying privilege. It's really the root of racism. So, because when you start to understand that privilege that has been given, and then you start to realize, okay, I have more than others. I'm able to do more than the other. And then, because I find that when people start to actually see that perspective, it becomes more than just a thing. It becomes personalized. And I believe that no other changes has happened in this world by just critical thinking, by the mind, right? A lot of time, the big changes happen because it was emotionally touched, felt. It was spiritually felt. So it's to bring that emotion. So I will say, feel it. And when you feel it, don't be scared of it. And appreciate it. And find out about it. When it becomes that uncomfortable, it's okay. Understand why. Why am I uncomfortable when they call me white privilege? Why am I uncomfortable when somebody say whatever they say about racism or whatever it is? Why am I uncomfortable? Because that's when things really start to change. It's at the core essence. It's at the emotional level. So, and then when that happens, speak up. There's nothing worse than feeling those things and keep it in yourself because you're embarrassed, because you don't know what to do about it. It's to find a way to speak up about it, because they are the people that become the best ally. The best allies are those that have felt. The best way to assist, and also as us who are already of our eyes open, is when we're talking with those other people, is to actually be patient, be compassionate, to listen, and try to touch at the emotional level, not only with the thinking level, but we're in the emotional level. That's what I will say. And the compassion goes so much further. Right? We can do so much change when we have compassion with people. So that's what I would say.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carrie.
It's such great advice. And it's definitely something that we work hard to foster within MAR, is that compassion and the learning and seeing things as an opportunity and practicing speaking up. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So for everyone who's watching, to find out more about Val and Maxed Coaching, head to her website at www.maxed3, and that's like the actual number 3.
That's number 3.
.com, or follow her on Instagram and Clubhouse at maxed3, and again the number 3. So thank you so much, Val, for being here today, and for all of the revolutionary mothering that you do. The world definitely needs your radical acts of love.
You're so kind. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. You're doing a fantastic job. Thank you.
Aw, thank you so much. All right, we'll talk more again soon.
Okay, perfect. Bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.